Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Today we're joined by my friend Devonta. Thank you for joining us.
You guys welcome.
Today we're going to have... Oh, thanks for coming. Today we're going to have a little discussion about Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic. And then we're going to talk about the Hoe Phase because these two, they're some little hoes.
Girl, bye. I wish.
I'm an angel. But.
No comment.
So grab a glass, guys, and join us. Hey, let's get it.
You're listening to Tash and Nix.
Do it. So, guys, I don't know if you guys have been following along. I know it was this past week, but Issa Rae, who we absolutely love for Insecure, I know she just signed an 8-figure deal with Warner Media. And to me, that's just like the example of Black Girl Magic to me. So I think that's super dope. I mean, just how she got her start in the business and up to like the point she's at now, like, I love her.
Yeah, she's amazing. What does like Black Girl Magic mean to you, Nicole?
I just think, this is what I thought about it on the whole drive here, right? I feel like Black Girl Magic is, not only are we oppressed because of our race, but because of our gender. And we still overcome that, and we excel. Like, we are the underdog, and we are literally always excelling past everyone's expectations. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's what exemplifies Black Girl Magic. What about you?
I feel that. I would say kind of the same. It's just overall like excellence, you know? It doesn't have to even be as big as like Issa Rae. It's like every time we get that degree or we get that job.
Yep.
You know, any type of excellence, really, being a Black woman.
So since you're not a Black woman, what do you think Black Boy Joy is?
In my opinion, Black Boy Joy is a duplicate implementation of Black Girl Magic.
Okay.
To break that down, there's a lot of strong, talented, creative Black men that are out here. Black women as well.
Yeah.
Black Girl Magic, that whole movement started with Black women. And so now us as Black men are now seeing that and seeing how strong you guys are and using you guys or seeing you guys as an ideological go by of who we should be too.
Okay.
Of course, you guys as women, you guys are just as talented and can do anything as men can do, is job wise, education wise, etc. So in my opinion, not just we're talented in rapping or we're talented in school.
Yeah.
Being in 2021, I most definitely can say that there are more creative Black men, and the talented is more coming out a lot more now than ever, opposed to 50 years ago or 100 years ago, whereas Black Boy Joy was to supply for his family, and that was the ideological thing, or to just make sure that you do your job for family. You can't do too much at back 50 years or 100 years ago because of oppression of how the system has set us up, etc. But now, living in Biden-Harris era, we most definitely can say that oppression and racism the system is still there, but it's still diluting. And to be honest with you, Black Boy Joy is going to get even better along with Black Girl Magic, because not even in our lifetime, but in our grandchildren and the great-grandchildren lifetime, it's going to be spectacular. Black woman as a president, we have Black man as a president. So it's just, we're talented in each and everything. And the whole goal is for us to find our own creative way and what our gift and talent is in. And your gift and talent as a Black man is what the purpose of God has you here for.
That was well put. I feel like growing up, like, we didn't hear terms like Black Girl Magic, Black Boy Joy. So it's like really cool that your kids are growing up hearing stuff like that.
Yeah. I think that's dope, because when you say it, like when he just said that, like, we were marginalized to a certain extent, especially like 50 years ago, 100 years ago. And then we were marginalized again, like even the 80s and the 90s, even a little bit before the 80s, when all we were seen as athletes, or, you know what I mean? That was just it. But now we're coming out in tech, where, media, like they're so multifaceted. And now it's like, I don't know, we have more to look up to. We always have. Always. But it's like, we would always find out things afterwards. Oh, did you know this person invented that? They don't They don't put us out there like that. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so now, like, what you're saying is true. Like, I see so much talent in both Black women and Black men, and it's just, it makes you so happy, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's definitely.
That was well put.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That really was. He's like, I did not play that back today. Okay. You came with a word.
Hey, the word, and also from my heart to me and my brothers, and me and my brothers and sisters as well.
You have siblings? How many?
Yeah. Well, I have one sister and one brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the oldest.
You got a lot of sisters.
Hell yeah. My parents are Caribbean. Like, it's normal. Like,
you got a brother too, right?
I'm one of 9 kids. Oh, gosh. That's normal in the Caribbean. My mom was one of 8. My dad was one of 9. Like, it's regular.
No.
But growing up, people were like, oh my God, you know, like they were terrified. Like, what? Who's this Black family out to dinner, minding their business? Like, what?
Yeah. Do y'all remember? I can't remember what year it was, but it was like one year Miss USA, Miss America.
Oh yeah,
all of them were like Black women.
USA. Yeah.
That was a crazy year.
Oh yes.
I need to be filled up actually.
Ding. Pour some more, guys. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
My hand's all shaking. Like, like, what the hell? Man, crack.
Who's like a Black man you think of that's like represents Black boy joy?
A Black man that represent
Future? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Black boy, terrible.
Now that's Black boy joy in the music industry. Yeah,
they exemplify that nonsense.
Okay, so I guess we can talk about men role models. Personally, my role model growing up all my life was Will Smith in terms of Black boy magic, Black boy joy. In my opinion, the reason Will Smith stands out the most out of everybody is because with his wife Jaden and her mother, and he got Jaden and Willow, his children. He's so fluent about how they think, and Willow and Jalen is going to be the future after us, so, and for him to just allow them to just be free-minded and say, you have a talent, whatever it is, use it. Yeah. If you feel like at a certain stage or a certain phase in your life, you feel like if you're going to, like singing or rapping, if you feel like it's going to make a mark on something, then use it, do it, or what have you. Of course, he played in a lot of good movies and stuff like that as well. One of my favorite movies is like Hitch and Hancock and I Am Legend, I, Robot. We can go on. I love Will Smith so much, but his perspective of being a man and being free-minded within his family, his kids, or whatever. Everybody have their issues, right? Yeah. Within family-related stuff, but of course with him and Jalen, his wife, is like this, in my opinion. Yeah. Another guy that sticks out the most to me would be Dwayne Wade in Gabrielle.
Okay. I like them.
Yeah.
I love them.
I love, it's like a power couple to me. And so Dwayne Wade, of course, he's a basketball player, and then you got Gabrielle Union, which is one of my favorite female actresses. Yeah, most of the hidden, most of. But my opinion behind that is just that they're allowing their children to do what they want to do and be talented in so many different ways. Dwayne Wade, he opens up his heart into like his trans daughter now and stuff like that. He still loves his kids the way they are, and understanding what is that about. It's not just about no, you're a man, you're supposed to be just like this and da 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 da. There's a lot of men out there that's gonna be entitled to their own opinion about how men should be rolled within men, and then with the LGBT community, the same, how they should be rolled with each other, etc., etc. But and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but they're free-minded men, and they're teaching us like, oh, there's actually straight people that understand. There's also gay people out there, that understand X, Y, Z. And so we just get into a point where we're going to have our differences. We're going to have our opinions about everything. But for the most part, we are getting to the point where we're starting to respect each other a lot more to what decision or direction in life you decide to go and to go from there. So my overall opinion, especially about them too, Dwayne and Will Smith.
I love him because it's just like at the end of the day, both of them just love their children.
Yeah.
And that's like the core of it, no matter what they decide to do with their lives, what they identify as, that doesn't matter. They just like love their kids. So I love that about both of them.
And I think that goes with the black boy, black girl, magic joy, because it sometimes growing up in a black household, no matter what your background is, it's similar, and you are you grow up in sort of in a repressed state. And so just to have that, I'm that way with my own children. Yes, I was raised a certain type of way, but at the same time, I try to be very open. If they come to me about anything, I don't try to be demeaning. I don't speak from hate. I really try to speak from knowledge, and try to give them the best advice that I can without, like with my father, if I went to him and said something crazy or whatever, he would like go off or like my dad used to be crazy. Like if we came home like after 9 p.m., like you have no idea. So that's a whole other topic. But
I mean, my grandma would have changed the locks on me as well.
So very repressive. And to me, like I don't know about you, Tash, but I know one of my role models, even growing up, was Serena Williams. Like, I mean, just to see those girls, they were literally destined for greatness. Their father knew it. He pounded it into them. Like he literally he trained them to a certain extent. He's like, okay, you know what? I want them to play bigger, so let me go get them trained elsewhere. And those people were trying to steal all of what he instilled in them. So he took them back out. He learned what he needed to learn, took them back out, and trained them again, They were great because they were destined to be great, and she's still great, I absolutely love her. I want that, my daughter, that I think she could be a role model to my daughter, and it's really hard to find, in my opinion, women that I know personally, because I don't really know all the girls from the newer artists and stuff like that, but her, to me, she's literally greatness. So who's one of your role models?
I was just thinking in my mind, like, damn, did I have a role model growing up? That's sad.
I think she's dope, like just sports-wise, life-wise, like all the crap her and her sister had to put up with. Love her.
I can't think of like a celebrity I idolize.
It could be like your family.
Yeah, I feel like I only idolize like my grandmother growing up. Like, oh my God, I want to be the type of mom like my grandmother is. But damn, I can't think of a celebrity. I had a lot of white friends.
You don't have to be a celebrity though.
I was like, who am I going to say? Britney Spears?
Girl, no.
That certainly be here.
Free Britney Spears though, you know what I'm saying? But
is she like that?
She like that?
Oh, you mean mentally? Or I was like,
that she locked up? That's hilarious.
I used to love her.
After they did that, like someone was like watching a documentary about her, and I kind of saw snippets of it, and I'm like, yeah, they need to let that girl be, like, let her live. But
girl, you scared them? Why did both of our hearts?
I was like, what the fuck she do?
Right.
She locked up.
Not sweet, really.
But yeah, you guys let us know too. What is an example of black girl magic, black boy joy? If you're not, if you don't have the ability, I guess, to be black yourself, I mean, you can still comment on it and let us know. I mean, you can, but it's not your arena. But whatever.
All right, y'all. Well, should we move into our main topic?
Sure.
I know both of you. You've had a city girl, city boy type summers in your life.
You didn't have a city anything, Tasha?
I feel like I have my own version of a city girl summer, but I've never legit had a Hoe Phase. You feel like you have one?
I feel like I tried my best. I gave my best shot. My sister Brittany said it was pitiful. I mean,
she can't compete with her.
I know,
she's on another level.
Okay, Brittany, facts. But no, I mean, it's true. I mean, you already know, if you've watched this before, I was married for a while. I was with the same person for literally almost 10 years. So after that, I was like, what is this dating world? I was in the middle of vibes and situationships and friends with benefits. I never had my first friends with benefits until after my divorce. And I realized after the second one that it was just not it wasn't for me, you know what I'm saying? What happened in that situation. Yeah. And I realized, okay, this is not for my heart.
I feel like you really, Brittany might be right, it might be pitiful.
It was pitiful.
You really didn't have, you went on a lot of dates, but you weren't, vagina for everybody.
Yeah. Because I still was scared, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you can't, I still was the same me, but I was trying to, get out of that shell of myself. Yeah. Because it really is nothing to be ashamed of if you're trying to like explore a little bit more. Like I was telling London earlier that, you know, I really do wish I would have been a little bit more out there. You know,
people watch her like, who the fuck is London?
I know. They'll find out. She was actually on her. If you look at her,
that like YouTube.
I know, right? We be talking about people like you guys know who the hell we're talking about, but London is his best friend. So yeah. But yeah, I just feel like I feel like I could have done a better job. You know what I'm saying? I could have slutted it out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like I really could have done better. But I gave it the best try I could give.
You had fun. That's all that
I did. It was great. You know, but it was great.
You had a lot of days.
Yeah,
like a Monday, I have Jerome. Wednesday, I have Nick's schedule. Friday,
facts. Okay,
Keith,
but then facts. I would go on a lot of dates, but they were trash. Like I still never had like a one night stand. I never really wanted to have one, but I just thought that would be like. I mean, I'm not saying it would be fun. I think I'm just too cautious for it, but I can see like the fun in it. You know what I'm saying? I can see that part of it. What about you? Have you ever had a one night stand?
I thought I did until somebody told me you didn't qualify.
Wait, what is a one night stand? What do you think that a one night stand is?
A one night stand.
Yeah.
A one night stand is literally like you just fucking one night and you was like, all right, well that's all I needed.
Well, I told somebody like we went on a couple of dates first and we like, you know, communicated. It wasn't like I just met him at Grooves and like took him home that night.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, that don't like
no, it doesn't. No. You have to. It's like you have to meet. In my opinion, you have to meet that. You met that person that night. You don't know who they are. You hooked up and you've never seen them again. That's a one night stand.
A real hookup.
Well, I feel like it was a one night stand.
Wrong. Pitiful. In the words of Brittany. What about you? Have you had a one night stand before?
Have I had a one night stand before? Yes, I
have. The minute you answer a question with a question, like
once you start stuttering, it's a yes.
Yeah, I've had a one night stand before. Okay. Yes, I have. My one night stand was literally somebody that, you know, just buddies, you know, you just led to a fuck buddy, you know, at the end of the day. It was a one night stand, but led to a fuck buddy, and that's
that's not a one night stand. No, I thought you can't keep messing with the man.
Yeah, you had to like meet him at a bar that night.
Fucking a stranger, like prostitute. No.
Okay,
like prostitute?
No. At least you gotta know your first and last name.
No.
So, okay, in conclusion, none of us have truly had a one night stand.
I have not had a one night stand.
But if you have, let us know in the comments. What your hoe ass. No, I'm just kidding. Do your thing.
Am I so boring now?
Nah, fuck buddy.
I don't think that's boring, though. I mean, to be honest with you, there are so many girls, in my opinion, there are so many women who, I mean, you know? But I can say that I feel like I like it better when it's meaningful with a person that you know you have a connection with. I don't know, that's just me. But some people maybe like the thrill of just, you know, something quick and go, you know, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Devonta, do you have a Hoe Phase story?
Sure, I'll elaborate my Hoe Phase.
We want to hear the best Hoe Phase story you can give us.
The best Hoe Phase story I can give you. Okay, so no stereotypical shit. Okay. I went to HBCU. And not only that, a lot of people want to talk shit about my HBCU, but don't do it. So when I went to the Prairie View A&M University,
distinguished.
I was very disciplined on myself my freshman year, and so my major was architecture, and so my major really didn't allow me to be a hoe at all, really, for the most part. But my sophomore year, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I'm gonna take a few less hours and, you know, live my life or whatever. So. I did have my Hoe Phase my sophomore year, kind of leading to my junior year. Because then after that, when you going through a Hoe Phase, it's gonna be that one person who's like trying to really snatch you out of the situation.
Really? Yeah. Oh, it's trying to save you.
Yes. Okay. So I was saved for 3 years. And I was damn in a 3-year relationship. Relationship right after that. But anyway, about my Hoe Phase, it was a lot of energy because one. You have like them they texting you at the same time.
Oh my god!
It's just too much to keep up.
I was like, how do you even?
And it's just like you say something, and they be like, when we talk about that, and you realize you was talk about that to the other one. It's like, oh my god! You're like, I should have. Yeah. Right. So you going back in text message thread, and at this time it was iPhone 4, right? You know. I mean, that's iPhone's real small.
Still has
I knew she was going to say something on my phone.
we was using our thumb to, like a phone type shit. But it's not a fact. I thought it worked.
Wait a minute.
It's good. But of course, it's just a hassle of just trying to keep up with all of them, and then you have a time conflict. Like,
scheduled 7 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. So one time, I talked to my best friend in London about this, but literally right before I went on like 2 dates back to back, I had called her. I'm like, girl, I got a date at 6, and I got to see this other nigga at like
period.
9. So
you
it's
like
just
Same. Go on.
So I mean, it was just 2 dates in one. At that time, I don't feel like it was bad because we were not talking. It was just a meet and greet.
Yeah,
that's my version of dating.
Not a meet and greet.
Yeah, that was mine. First see each other, whatever. But and so I think that's what like the most wildest thing. And after that, what I did fuck up is that we were having a conversation at one dinner. Then I went to the next dinner that next night. And so the next day, I'm over here texting them about the opposite conversation.
Oh, my God.
And I'm over here like, what? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So I had to say I was drunk. And I was like, I drunk too much. And, I just trying to remember what the fuck I said, XYZ. And I'm over here scrolling through the thread with the other one. And it's like, oh, that's what I told you. XYZ. It's just too much. It's just way too much about the whole phase.
Did you live on campus that time?
Yes.
Hell no.
I stayed in the dormitory.
I tried to be. I had a friend when my freshman year. I went to HT my freshman year.
Uh-huh.
And I had a friend that was trying to talk me into girl, talk to like this one, that one. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do this too. I lived on campus as well, and I was talking to this one guy, and I was going over to the guy's dorm to visit this other guy, and I was texting my friend like, "Girl, he in here," and I texted him.
Oh shit!
And he was like, "Yeah."
You're like, "Yeah."
I was like, I wanted to like die in that moment. Like, there's no coming back from that. I was like, this life ain't for me. Because I'm already fucking up.
No, I didn't learn my lesson. Like there have been times I was just straight up. It was like. I said something to another guy. I was like, yeah, remember you said you really wanted to go to Washington? He's like, I have never said that a day in my life in the car. I was like, I was quiet. He goes, must have been that other you was talking to. And I was like, you're right. It was. Like, it was. I'm not going to lie to you.
To back you up with that, I was in a similar situation when I had said something, and then he was like, oh, it must be he was playing. That must be the nigga he was talking to, XYZ. And so, I played it off like, no, I mean, I probably was dreaming about that. And,
boy,
I'm just trying to, put it together. Was it deja vu? Was it a dream?
No.
In the reality, I was like, I ain't trying to fuck this one up.
I just started playing. I'm like, you're right. I don't know what to say. I literally will forget somebody's name. Do you remember when you and Chastity came to that pool with that guy?
Oh, yeah.
I literally introduced him as a whole nother name.
Who'd you say you were? He was like, I'm actually this person.
Not him correcting himself.
They were like, so they go, the sad thing is, I didn't even realize that wasn't his name until they were like, Nicole, why did you tell us his name was this? I was like, because that is his name. He's like, no, my name is Tony. I was like, oh. Sorry.
We're calling him James.
Yeah, we're calling him James.
And we kept calling him James for the whole time.
Yes.
Just to be petty.
And I felt horrible. Yeah, so then after that, they just kept calling him James. Like,
just to be extra petty behind it.
It was so bad. I literally thought that was his name.
Yeah, I think me and Chastity, we showed up high too. We were
they were lit.
We were like, hey James. Kept calling him.
They're like, well, Nicole said your name. I'm like, damn, that's what I thought. Isn't that your name? He was like, no. It wasn't even close to James. Wow. Like, oh well, whatever.
That's hilarious. Have you ever said the wrong name to somebody? Yeah, like in the moment. What's up? Or even just like kissing them, when you're just like,
James.
No, I have not been in that situation where I almost called him something else, but I have been in a moment where I was about to like respond to, cause I got the names confused. Like 4 of them. So I said at one point, and I was like, well, let me text Chad or whatever his name was. And it was really like somebody else that I was trying to contact. So really at that moment when I like literally almost got them confused, I was like, all of y'all send me a contact picture. Because I need to be able to like see your name with your picture.
Smart,
that helped me like remember. Smart. But that was back in the day. That was back in the day. That was before we could add, all that shit on our phone.
Okay.
So, but when Apple finally upgraded, so now you open messages.
Nicole can't relate,
you know,
but okay.
you can see pictures next to it.
Man, I'm gonna get my new phone. I'm stunned on you, bitch.
What you get? You
No,
like,
no, I refuse. No, I'm gonna get like maybe like 2 up from this. I don't know. Like I am very cheap, y'all. So I don't like to put like a phone on there and have to pay installments. Like that is crazy to me. I'm gonna buy it outright. One of them X whatever. I think XRs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's on sale.
That's what I had.
That's the one I'm gonna get. It's something like that. Something with the X on it. Like
yeah. I think mine's an XR. It's a good phone.
Yeah. Shut up. It actually is. It's a really good phone.
Look, for real.
It really is.
That's hilarious.
Wait till you see yourself on camera. You're like, oh shit, all right. You remind me of this actor. I don't have people told this before.
And I know
handsome,
I know what you about to say.
It's this handsome guy. He literally looks like you. Who is his name?
Is it somebody called me Jesse? So is it Jesse? I was called. Somebody said like.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah.
No, he don't look like that. No. I'll show you the picture of him. I'm gonna find him because you look like him. He has like the curly eyelashes. It's got kind of the same skin tone.
I'm wondering who you're talking about.
He's a what?
I think he's like curly eyelashes like you, kind of the same
He's
skin tone. Yeah, he's an actor.
What did he
I don't know. I'll find him.
Okay.
You look like him.
Yeah.
Oh, and as a kid, people told me I look like that little boy off of I'll Be There Yet with Ice Cube. It was the boy kid. He was a girl.
I know who you're
boy.
talking about.
Yeah, and people how you like that dude off I'll Be There Yet.
No, you don't.
I was like, what are you talking about? No, I don't.
At all.
No,
What?
not even
I don't know. That was like that's when the movie first came out or whatever.
And Nicole, what's the most you've ever had of your rotation?
Oh, only 2. Like, and it was.
You are a bit of.
I know. And
Devonta, you got another story. What?
I know. Only 2.
It's a minimum of 3 rule. Like.
Wait, in total?
Rotation. No, I haven't been with over 10 people in my lifetime. However, I do feel like I would. There was a time, like I told my sister, I'm like, well, Brittany, because the year before that I was with 1 person, and then that next year was 2, and I was like, I thought that was pretty like holy, And she's like, no, bitch, try again.
Not try it again.
So yeah, I mean, one was my coworker. I told you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
that was an interest.
he was fun.
Can you please tell Devonta the upside down story?
I will have to tell you about that. That man, he was older than me.
Okay.
And Tashay told me, do not mess with your coworker. She literally said, don't do it. And I still did it anyways. But it was fun. He's literally super cool, really fun. Like, it was like just a real, like, I don't know, a chill sort of relationship. Like, he's still somebody that I wouldn't, but if I needed something, he would help, 100%. But no, like, he was fun, but yeah, remind me to tell you about the upside down story. Okay. Because I had to like explain it to them in New Orleans, and it was my head was shook. I was shook.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, what's going on here? I don't. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, that's the most. What about you? Well, I know you were texting 4 guys at one time, but
is that the most?
Have you had a rotation?
I mean, it just I did, and it alternated. When
I was about to say, the end of drop off, you recruited more, like
you gain 5, and then it's like 6 of them, and then you lose 2, you lose 3.
There is no way I would.
No, it's just how the energy feels. It's just like I guess my answer's bipolar because it was just like at one moment I'd be like, oh, this is just too much. I just did with 2, or I just want to deal with 1, and then at one moment I'm like, I'm bored as fuck, and so that like.
So I think that's when people get into trouble. When you're bored and it's been a while, and you know what I'm saying. I think that's when you're like,
Now, in terms of my rotation, this doesn't mean that I'm just going around fucking all of them.
Yeah.
This is literally means that we're just saying, hey, what's up? And we may see each other, we may not really.
Yeah.
But it's just to hold a conversation, just to say that, I have this exclusive friend. That's it. But nothing extravagant, nothing like that. No, not at all.
I wouldn't be able to keep up with the conversations.
I feel like bored.
If I'm talking to 2 people, only one of you is getting the text back after you text me good morning. Like, that's all
there really wouldn't be anything else to talk about. Are you coming over or not? Like, don't. I remember I had someone like that. I was like, why are you talking? Like, I was like, you were like that.
Yeah. I'm like, dang.
Why are you talking? Like,
how was your day?
He's like, how's your day? I was like,
Oh my goodness. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
He actually told me, I think I sent you the messages. He was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from this. And I was like, take a permanent one, peace. Like,
no, you had full closure with
yes. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. This is what gets me. Men can treat women however, and we're supposed to just deal with it, but they cannot handle it when you do the same thing to them. And it wasn't like I was trying to be mean, but I mean, if I'm an emotional person, so if I have to disconnect my emotions from the person, if it's only going to be about this is all it's going to be about. There's nothing more to. Don't ask me how my day was. Don't ask me about nothing. You want to take a shower together? No. Like, are you like wrap it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, get your shoes and go. Like,
I'm sorry, guys. London. Y'all, I don't treat her like this for real. Like,
just
bottle girl. No, you should have the bottle girl.
All jokes.
That would have been so cute. Next time. That's a good idea for next time.
I got bottle girl London up in house, you know. Like,
it's 12% now. I was trying to find
that's 12%.
I was trying to find a higher.
You are crazy.
Let me stop pouring this.
Can I read it? What is it?
Dust.
Okay. Jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
The higher the
Very
percentage, the
good.
better it is.
Very good.
You never had a hotation, Tasha?
No, I mean, as far as like going on dates.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't even on your level with that. I was like, dang. I'm trying to get like Nicole.
Two guys. Dates, yeah. Date wise, yeah. I was like, I remember one time I had a back to back like you, and I was
wildin'.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like her life is lit, right?
It was so much fun. Like one time, I think you and Tasha came down. I was like, "Where were you at?" I was like, "I was having a date." Yeah, but I mean, like, if they don't go anywhere, like at one point, I just got tired of going on fucking dates. Like I was over it, you know.
Yeah.
Like it just gets to that point. It's fun and all, but I mean, I was looking for something in particular. But I did realize that some of those, like going on those dates, like I was just bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like just bored. And like I remember one guy told me straight up after we had like 3 really good dates, we were sitting down talking, and he was like, what do you, no, I think we had sat down and talked and we left. And then we were texting each other, and he asked me something about like, what am I looking for? And I don't know why. No, I asked him. I don't know why we didn't have this conversation before. So I was like, what are you looking for? And he was like straight up about what he was looking for. I was like, oh, he's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, well, I'm looking for more of like something serious, you know, blah, blah. He's like, oh, well, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to waste your time. He's like, I'm not looking for that. And I remember texting you, and you were like, I like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not mad. I'm glad that he didn't like drag me along. I didn't like, read more into it. He was just straight up, and he was like, I wish you well, but I was like, goddamn. But I mean,
he said, I wish you well.
Yeah. He just said, you know, that's just not what he's looking for, and I respected that.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, at least the communication was there, but because a lot of dudes, you know, or anybody could just drag you into the situation.
Yeah, and not care, and a lot of them do that. Yeah. You know, and you're stuck thinking like, correct, and you don't even, and the whole time your dumb ass is over here with the goddamn clown nose on, like, goddamn. I didn't know. right. So yeah, that's good.
That brings me to my next question. Have you ever found out you were in somebody's hotation and you felt some type of way about it?
I have.
Like you were like, damn, I'm number 5?
Yes, I have. What's so funny about this situation is when I had found out, I was like, well, at that moment when you're not officially with that person, or it's not nothing too serious with the person, you can't be mad. But you know, at the same time, I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, well, I had this shit. I had like 2 more shit too. So it don't even matter, you know, at the same time. But I have. And so I'm not going to lie, I did feel some type of way. Because like when you have your rotation, you expect your host to not have to talk to nobody. No, y'all not mine. And only mine. Y'all not supposed to talk to nobody. But I have the ability to do all this stuff. But we don't, in the back of our head, we think that. Right.
Yeah.
But in reality, you have to understand, like, they can be in the same situation, and their numbers could be higher than yours.
What's your sign, real quick?
A Capricorn.
A Capricorn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's I don't know. You know, just can't feel. If it's nothing serious, and you of course communicated with them that this is just what we got, just a friendship or whatever and stuff like that, and we just doing our little boo thing with it, cuddle and kiss. Yeah. You know, that's about it. Probably a little fucking here and there. You know, just but you just have to, you know, you can't get too emotional about it. But it does hit you a certain way because it's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, it's like, for example, your car, like, you don't want nobody just borrowing your car just randomly. You know, man, this shit is mine. It's my insurance.
Yeah.
Like, these hoes are my insurance. Like, you know.
See, that's why I can't do it. I'm too emotional.
I'm too territorial.
You have to really like. It's not for the weak. I'm gonna say that.
Yes.
It's not for the weak. You know,
you gotta be real, like
strong
gutter butt until like really not care.
And
you know
I am
what I'm saying?
But
I care.
let them do what they do. I don't give a fuck.
I care too much.
Yeah.
But then again, I turn around like, that bitch, you was target suit. Nah, hell no.
I used to be like that. I would have the audacity to be mad.
Used to be?
I used to have the audacity to be mad too. And
Wait, what?
I mean, like, it was bad. Like, it was to the point, like, the guy I'm dating now, even before that person, like, I was like, so hold on, because what if he's going out? That's not right. And I'm like, nigga, like, how? You were like, Nicole, really? How can you be upset? Like, yes.
You
I don't know.
Is
it selfish?
Like, how many dates did you have?
Exactly. Like, out of line. I'm like, you're right. But I'm still mad. Like, I have an attitude.
Yeah.
Must be that other bitch.
Yeah. Y'all been in that situation. It is what it is, you know. Can't be, it's not like I said, not for the weak. You can't have hard feelings behind it. But you're gonna feel some sort of way because that's your connect. You know what I'm saying? A certain connect. But at the same time, it's just like, well, shit, if they're doing it, I'm doing it. A lot of people out there, you know, of course.
That's why.
People are entitled to their own opinion, but a lot of people are out there already doing it anyway and don't care. A lot of people do not care, and a lot of people do care. It just depends, in my opinion. It depends on your zodiac sign, depending who you are, and how you will handle the situation. You know, everybody's like different. So, me as a Capricorn, it's like I'm more like I don't give a fuck, but at the same time, I'm like, bitch, I do give a fuck.
Yeah.
Actually, you should be talking to them. So, but if I was to like, if it was the card was flipped, you know, and they was in my shoes, for example, then I'll be like, oh, well, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the situation, the person, and the level of connection or communication we have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you think you would ever have a hoe face again?
No. It's too much work.
It's too much work.
It's too much work, to be honest with you. And like, I don't know. I talked to my best friend about this, but I'm thinking about getting back to dating. But I'm a workaholic. And so when it got to a point where I graduated from PV and moved forward in life and stuff like that, as you get to the real world, it's all about like work. And then you can get so tied up with work that you have to remember, oh shit, I got adult shit to do. You know, I got friends to keep up with, I got family to keep up with, and stuff like that. So you have to like pause shit just to think about reality. Versus getting stuck up in work and stuff like that. But hopefully it's just way too much. And you know, the way social media is now set up and the way the communication is set up now for dating app and all that, you know, you get caught up. And then not only that, the dating scene now versus back when we was growing up with flip phones is different. You know,
it really is.
You know, it was more intimate and serious, and you could get by with side shit. So it wasn't as serious now, because now you get caught up so quick. It ain't nothing but receipts, ain't nothing but screenshots. But in my opinion, I feel like the dating scene is kind of like off a little bit, because it's just like now it's options. You know, just 10 years ago, it wasn't options. It was just like, oh, maybe talking to this person, that person. Is just locally. Now you got people in long distance relationships across cities, and they're able to FaceTime and Android users.
That's true.
Android users duo and all this extra stuff. I talk about I talk about the blue bubble movement, but you know, you gotta give them a little credit. But you know, it's just the dating scene is just now so off because it's just like the amount of options that you have now. It's just so off. You know, to find somebody that you consider a good man, you know, a good woman, it's more like a scavenger hunt now. Oof. And the reason why it is
that
a
no one
scavenger
has
hunt,
the clues to. Like,
exactly. And the reason why is because it's just like, you know, now with dating, it's just like certain people are like, well, this is my checklist, this is it in full, and it needs to be met. And that's how we think today. And it's
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like people don't realize you might have this checklist, but that person might have a checklist that you don't mark everything off on either.
Exactly.
So you got to be open-minded, which is something that I've learned through the dating process. you can't. People don't fit on a list. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't fit on a list. Like, how are you gonna have all? It's okay to have expectations.
Right.
Yeah, you know, period. But like, if like for you, if you don't want to date a person that has hella kids, you have that right to, and it could be a headache. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
At the same time, I'm like, but I would date somebody with one.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
so she's still open-minded. You know, I feel like a lot of people. I had a friend that was like, literally had a list like, has to be 6 foot tall, has to be this, has to be that. And I was like, girl, you about to be alone. Like, what? Like, no.
Or happy but yet miserable.
She gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna be
the words of Kevin
alone.
Samuels.
I'm not saying like find a vagrant, but I'm saying like open your mind a little bit more.
Do you know how many men are not 6 foot? Like,
yeah, there's a lot. I think the average height is under 6 for a man. It's under 6 foot. Like girl, what?
5'10". It's like
like come on.
Average, I believe.
Yeah. Gotta be a little flexible.
You do.
You just have to be more open-minded, and to back you up with that, with this long checklist of a lot of people are having, because you know, with all the options, like you have like BLM app, you have Tinder, and you have the other dating apps that we have nowadays. People feel like if you meet like 70%, but you can't meet that 30%, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to get that 100%. So it just brings the scale down on terms of people taking you in and being tolerated with you.
Did you mean BLK?
What you are.
I was like, BLM has a dating site.
Okay.
BLK.
I was really thinking about my
My bad, wrong.
BLK is trash.
My bad.
They told me that it was trash.
My bad.
Like gas station Valero.
I was like, we have a Black Lives Matter dating
My bad. Scratch that. What she said. But, you know, overall, we just have to understand, like, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, of how they understood, you know, when they had a husband, grandma had a husband at the time, or grandpa had a wife at the time. They understood that you're going to come with bullshit, you're going to come with flaws, but you just have to come to a conclusion of compensation and adaptation. Okay. And when you have that, you can grow, because you have to understand that there are so many people out here with different characteristics, you know, and a lot of us be like, oh, you weird. They'll be quick to call you weird real quick because they don't understand who you are or came across you before.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's all about understanding characteristics and your demeanor and your creativity, etc. Black girl magic, black boy magic. Hey. You know, that tops it off right there. You know, it's just like we are all different.
We are.
We're all of the same origin.
Yeah.
But we're all yet different at the same time.
We are magical creatures, like straight up, we really are. So it's just kind of like, what can you, like, when I date somebody, the person I'm dating now, I knew pretty quickly on what irritated me and what didn't about this person. And I thought about, can I tolerate the things that I am not the biggest fan of? And I knew that I could, and that's why I knew that that person was for me, because I was like, okay, because everyone's going to have flaws. People are going to come to you. There's going to be things that might test your relationship. But, like, as long as it's not crossing boundaries, then you should be able to, like, work with somebody. Because I'm not perfect. And I would want someone to have that same kind of leeway with me, you know? Because Lord have mercy. Sometimes.
The patience
I get on
is
my own
short.
nerves. Like,
Right.
what's wrong with me? Like, what?
I'm there to let her know, well,
yeah, she don't like to call. I'm like, girl, bye.
I'll be in the bathroom in the mirror. I'll be like, why you just...
Like, why did I do that?
Fucking up.
Yes.
But it's your own constructive criticism.
Correct. And take it, digest that shit, and, like, do better. Yeah. Because don't nobody want somebody who doesn't change. Yeah. You know what I mean?
At least if you know what's wrong with yourself, you can be, like, on the right path.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, I'm perfect, it's like...
You're really not perfect.
Yeah.
You just find yourself... You just find yourself too confident. I mean, you're confident, but you're just like, you know, how was the word? Like, just overall.
I know what you mean. Or like people who are like, well, this is how I am, so that's that. I'm like, no, you can't.
No, it's
not. You can't be like, no one should have to accept
it is that. What it is.
No. Like, it's actually not.
Yeah. Actually not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, is that all we have for them today?
Thanks for tuning in with us, guys. make sure to like and subscribe. We are close to 50 subscribers now on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram as well. Shout us out. And then, of course, in our giveaway, we will be giving out 2 gift certificates for Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Just kidding, we're not. But,
I'm like, they're going to California? Noted.
Just kidding. To Church's Chicken. So, yeah, let us know what you guys think of the episode. And thanks for watching again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Devonta, where can we find you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and you can find me on Instagram, he_mulatto, and that's EAUX instead of an O at the end.
Yes.
You can also find me on LinkedIn, professional Devonta McGee.
Okay.
You can also find me on Facebook as well, Devonta McGee as well. DEVONTA, not E.
Okay.
And last name McGee, MAGEE.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for another conversation.
Bye, guys.
Bye.